more smoke I see, the more noise I make. And I see more smoke.
I think I've seen this before.
I've seen this.
I think I've seen this too.
I've definitely seen
why.
Thanks for warning us,
Now that I'm seeing the fire,
That's my job.
smoke detector.
I hate smoke. It's disgusting.
That's Lindsay Lohan.
Is it?
It gives me a headache. So whenever I see it or smell it, I make this noise to warn you. Cause where there's smoke, there may be fire.
Good tip, Seymour.
What do you have for me this time? Hacking into the stock market, closing down a bank, fixing an election. It's all easy.
What a bunch of trash.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Trash Movie Kings podcast. I am your host, Adam Edwards. Joining me this week, Joseph Graham. Joey, how are you?
Hey, I'm 8% of Fred Durst in 1999. So
Okay, so a little bit better than last week.
a little
That's
bit
good.
better than last week.
That's good. Apocalypse Howl is out on assignment this week. Justin Petty is also out on assignment this week, but still joining us from the mean streets of LA. JP, how are you?
Dig. I managed to make time for my baby boys. Always.
Always. You've never missed a week.
No, I haven't.
Not once.
Prove it.
Check the tape. Special guest appearances this week. Camera aficionado Michael Langhausen. Langhausen, how are you?
Hey, hi, hello.
Fantastic.
How are you?
And
Fantastic.
all the way from Chicago, Illinois, Amy Anderson. Amy, how's it going?
Good. I don't have a Fred Durst percentage to use. I was been trying to think of one. I feel like I'm like 30% of like Lindsay Lohan in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that where
That's,
is that in her career?
It's like good and bad.
Yeah.
The Kirby fully loaded.
She's feeling it, but she's also needs to be in recovery.
The spiral has started.
Yeah.
Is
You're
that
you're
Spiral's
low.
going. You're low but high hand.
But I still could
You're
like
make
mid-hand.
some money.
Like Lohan fully loaded.
Yeah. It's like I Know Who Killed Me, but I'm definitely in talks for it.
Oh God, I forgot all about I Know Who Killed Me. Man, back when I worked at Kroger, there was an older gentleman that worked with me, and he tried to give me a ticket to a special screening of I Know Who Killed Me. I did not take it, but about a week or so later, I got extremely high for the first time in my life, and then he took me to see an IMAX showing of a Harry Potter film in 3D, and I thought I was going to die that night.
Are you telling us you had a sugar daddy?
Yeah,
Did
that's
he also-
interesting.
His name was Marvin.
Yes. Ooh.
Marvin Lewis.
He drove me all the way into Houston in his little tiny 2-seater Corvette.
Sounds like Hellcop.
Did you?
Interesting.
Did you get fucked that night?
I don't think I did, but I was very high, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Tell us
Anyways,
more
drink
about.
up.
Tell us more about Marvelous Marvin.
We'll get to the bottom of that story at the end of the podcast.
Marvin was just a very kind old man who just needed a friend. And I
all
was
are.
more than happy to provide that service for him in exchange for a free ticket to an IMAX 3D showing of Harry Potter 5.
Oh, that's
And I know
that's
who
not
killed
Prisoner
him.
of Azkaban. That's the
Order of the Phoenix?
yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's definitely I'm gonna fuck
Is-
you later movie.
Is 4 the one
If
with
there
the
were-
Olympics?
Yes.
Yeah.
Goblet of
Okay,
Fire.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's the best. That's my boy. At the
That's
end.
my boy! They killed my boy!
I don't
That's
know
when
that.
Batman dies.
Twilight dies in that movie.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Batman dies. Save your money.
Batman dies in Goblet
I
of
can't wait till
Fire,
they
yeah.
kill off Batman in a movie and we get to say that. Batman dies. Save your money. Spoiler alert. Rob,
speaking of
over, it's garbage.
Speaking of death, speaking of two-seaters and driving into Houston, this week we watched 1991's Highway to Hell. According to Wikipedia, American B horror comedy film. This is directed by Ate De Jong, starring Chad Lowe, Chrissie Swanson, and Patrick Bergen.
And
is that Candace Bergen's son?
It might be. I don't know. It's not. It's spelled differently.
A guest appearance by this week's honoree,
Yes.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Yes. So we have a couple of guest appearances here. We have Ben Stiller. We have the late Jerry Stiller. We have Amy Stiller, who I assume is still alive. And then, the late, great Gilbert Gottfried playing his probably most honorable role of his career, Adolf Hitler.
A role that he later reprised.
Yeah.
I'm not Hitler.
More than once.
Hey, I'm not Hitler.
What was he saying? He was trying to say that he was a teenage boy who loved heavy metal.
I'm not Hitler!
We've heard that story before, haven't we?
Once it's explained, the devil will look at me and I say goodbye, devil, and he goes goodbye, Bob. In fact, I'm 19 years old. I like to listen to heavy metal. I like to sit in my room and play air guitar. I like to dance around the room in my underwear.
Would you just get over it and get therapy like I did?
No, I'm not Hitler and I should not be sitting at the same table with the Flintstones.
I can't deal with this.
Something like that. Yeah.
He was saying a lot of stuff. He was clearly just riffing, and they're just filming it.
Yeah. He's in this movie for all of 45 seconds.
But it's a good 45 seconds.
It is.
And he's like, he screams the entire, that whole scene in the background while he's, I don't know.
He's
other
playing
stuff
poker
is happening.
with Attila the Hun and Cleopatra, and at one point he says, I don't know why I have to sit here at this table with these Flintstones.
Yeah.
Which is great. Might be
It's
the funniest line in the movie.
Fantastic. So do we want to explain the plot of this movie, or do we just want to get to...
Dude, I still don't even fucking know the plot. Like, how do you turn the wrong way on a road and you're in hell?
So my understanding is there is a back road outside of Vegas, and our main character, played by Chad Lowe, and his girlfriend, Chrissie Swanson, they are running off to Vegas to elope. And they take a back road, and they get pulled over by a cop, and it turns out it's not just a regular cop. It's a Hellcop. And this Hellcop has like words and things engraved into his flesh and these crazy sunglasses on his face. And
the handcuffs.
And handcuffs, which are handcuffs made of actual hands.
Wow, that's a gun.
Oh,
we're in hell.
Oh, it's
those are cool.
they're handcuffs.
So far, those are the best thing about the movie.
So they're actual hands that grab onto your wrist and cuff you. So he arrests Chrissie Swanson, and then I guess
her to hell, maybe.
Well, he takes her to like the highway to hell.
Right. So
because then Chad, I guess he wakes up the next morning. I don't really remember.
No, not the next morning. Right away, he goes back.
Yeah, he just drives right back to the gas station.
Okay.
Because there's an old guy that warns you before you go to hell, just like
Sam. Sam's last chance. Yeah, his gas station.
The classic old man at the gas station said,
Yeah.
"You guys shouldn't go that way."
Yeah,
but they do.
And he's like, "Well, here's how you get it. Here's how you get back." And he gives him an old like Herbie fully loaded car. That's very Back to the Future.
It is a good car.
It's a cool car. And then
Not
dude
as cool as Hellcops.
Dude tries to get pulled over again, gets pulled over by a regular cop, pulls a gun on regular cop, and then speeds away from regular cop, goes fast enough, and then we hit 88 miles an hour. You see some serious shit. He goes to the highway of hell.
Portal.
The highway to hell, whatever.
And he's in
First stop in hell.
Time straight to hell.
He's in the first stop. The first layer
Diner.
of hell, I guess.
Yeah, he goes to a diner where we meet Jerry Stiller.
The whole Stiller family.
The whole Stiller family is there.
It's wild.
Running a cannibal diner.
That might be the only
They
time they're
only
all on
serve-
screen together like that. Which
They
is
only seem to serve dead
so
cops.
weird.
Yeah.
Well,
Because ACAB.
Yeah, that's weird too. Like, why are so many cops in hell?
This movie is like the pinnacle of ACAB.
I answered
because,
my own question.
Yeah.
All cops go to hell.
We've had some ACAB or some ACAB forward films, but this might be the most.
This is by far the most.
Yeah,
But they're also
a
like
lot of
all
cops
like
in
really, really like severely mutilated in really bizarre ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I also appreciated that the name of the diner is like Pluto's Donuts or Pluto's Diner, which is impressive because that's a reference to the Roman god Pluto, who was the arbiter of hell, if you will. So
Nobody's saying this movie isn't reference heavy. This movie is reference heavy.
this movie is incredibly reference heavy.
Yeah.
You've got Pluto's Donuts, you've got a Cerberus reference, they cross the river Styx.
The bumper sticker that says Pontius is my pilot.
Yes, Pontius is my pilot.
They're all over the place with these things.
Charon's there. Yeah, you've got like Greek mythology, Roman mythology, Christianity in there. Like any type of hell that's been referenced in any religion ever, it's
or
pretty
any
much
white
in this
religion
movie. Yeah, any white religion. Yeah, but the table next to Hitler had reserved spaces for Jerry Lewis,
Muammar Gaddafi, Imelda
Marcos, and P.W. Botha.
The Jerry Lewis one had to be like a joke, right? It had to be like
no. Jerry Lewis is
kind of a shitty guy.
Yeah, pretty well known in Hollywood for being a really mean person. Have you seen an interview with him recently?
Well, so
actually didn't know that. Okay.
He is vicious. Like he's not a nice guy, apparently.
So was that well known, like publicly? Was that well known in the 90s, or was that more of an inside joke?
I don't know if it was well known
That's a
in
good
the 90s.
question. I don't know.
It was. I mean, I think it's been known for a while. I mean, like even Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis had kind of fall. Like, it's been known, like Dean Martin and him had a fallout like years ago, and can't get along with that guy. I mean,
at that point, yeah.
Yeah, so eventually they get to this highway to hell. The Hellcop is still there. He's like, I don't know. Chad Lowe is trying to rescue his fiance. He meets a man named Beetles. Was that his name?
Beezel.
Beezel?
Beezel. Yeah.
Beezel. And a little kid named Adam. He ends up finding his fiance, who ends up being a demon in disguise. He then, let's see what happens. He kills the demon. Beezel turns out to be Beelzebub and is the devil himself and is actually Satan.
Mm-hmm.
And then he makes a deal with the devil to have a drag race against Hellcop. Whoever wins, whatever. I don't fucking know.
Oh, whoever wins. Okay, so they want to take Adam, the little boy. The little boy Adam had stowed away with Chad Lowe and been like, "Oh, I don't know what happened. My whole family died, and then Hellcop came and took me to Beezel, and now I'm his friend." And then so Chad Lowe, when they were doing the whole, driving around thing, was like, "I'll take you back with me to Earth." Okay, great. So then when they go find that Beezel is in fact Satan, he's got Adam with him again, and Chad's like, "Adam, I told you I'd take you." And Adam's like, "You are serious? Okay, golly," and runs up to him. So they make this deal with Satan that if they can outrun Hellcop, then Chad Lowe gets to take Chrissie Swanson and Adam back up. But if Hellcop wins, Chrissie Swanson and Adam have to stay and live with Satan.
That's the
Is
movie.
Hellcop actually racing them, or was he
Yes.
actually just trying to like stop them to kill them?
Well, yeah, I mean, racing in that they're being chased by him.
Right.
They were
It was
running
like
from
a
him. It
Mad
wasn't a
Max
race.
race. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jinx.
Because they're shooting at each other and everything, and then that's when Adam, at the very end of the movie, suddenly reveals to Chad that if you shoot Hellcop in the glasses, he will die. Anywhere else, it doesn't
it's
fucking
more
matter.
than if you break the glasses.
His eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you break the glasses, he dies. Anything else, it doesn't fucking matter.
I do think they get out of that in a good way, though, because he's all, why didn't you tell me that before? Which, we should all be asking.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I wasn't on your side until now.
Glasses, Charlie.
What?
If you break his glasses, it'll kill him.
Why didn't you tell me that before?
Because now I'm on your side.
Okay, thanks, fucking Adam.
Which is fair. 'cause he
That's
wasn't.
fair. It's decent.
Adam.
Did they ever
the
say
son
why
of
that kid
the
was
devil.
in hell?
Because Hellcop killed his family and
Yes.
abducted him so that Satan would have a tiny child companion.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, why
Hellcop
does
pulled
Blake
over.
need a tiny
The
child?
name choice is like you think it's gonna be some kind of biblical thing, and it probably is. I don't know.
Comes so
Turns
close
out you
to
can
having
just
meaning.
get taken to hell for no reason,
Apparently.
or you can just go to hell.
But
to
I mean,
hang
it
out
should
for
be a
bit.
first man
Justin.
reference, but
Justin, you can just go to
Yeah,
hell.
it should be. Because they have
it
that
doesn't
apple
feel
there.
strong. Yeah,
Yeah.
all the elements are there, but it doesn't feel like a strong narrative choice. I don't know.
They just keep approaching having some sort of like content.
Yeah, it's like a
some
lot
sort
of like
literary meaning, and
half,
Right.
a lot of
Never quite
half
get-
allusions, I would say,
Yeah.
and
A lot of
half
like
puns.
puns that get
Some of them
almost
work,
there.
a lot of them don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, then it ends.
And there's an epilogue.
There is an epilogue, which-
they get back to reality, right? They get out of hell, and then Hellcop comes into reality again to reap
Scoop 'em back.
reap them. And then with the knowledge that the little kid gave them about the eyeball thing, they shoot him in the eyeballs with a shotgun, and then he dies, and then it's over.
But then there's an epilogue,
Yeah, that we didn't see because
which I will read to you right now.
Oh, you have it. Okay,
I
here
have-
we go.
I have it ready.
Okay, I need to hear it in full. So let's go.
So preface this: Chad is Charlie, and then his fiance is Rachel. So Charlie and Rachel got married with their parents' blessing.
Okay.
Their
Great.
journey through.
So that's what they were missing the whole time was the parents' blessing. Okay.
That's why they were eloping to
yes.
Sin City.
Ooh, God.
Right.
Eat hell.
See,
Such a-
it all makes sense with the little text blurb at the end of the movie. The whole movie makes sense.
That's what you want in a movie is when it ought to make sense.
Yeah.
And the text blurb at the end.
It's like when you have two people sitting on a stoop at the very end of the movie explaining
To
the
explain
entire
the
point of the
things.
movie instead of writing all of that into the movie. It's just that's high quality filmmaking right there.
I like when scripts do my thinking for me. I don't want to have to make connections. I don't want to have to deduce points of view. I want it just.
I don't
clear.
want to. I don't want it to work out dramatically. Even. I just
Never.
want it to be there.
You tell me what I think about this.
So
What are y'all talking about?
Nothing.
So Charlie and Rachel got married with their parents' blessing. Their journey through hell inspired Charlie to develop the phenomenally popular video games Hell on Wheels, Dog in Hell, and I'd Rather Be Living.
Oh,
Rachel-
yeah, 'cause we forgot to say he has a dog the whole time.
He does. He has a
God,
dog
we forgot
named
about his
Ben.
dog.
A dog named Mr. Ben that goes to hell with them.
Yeah.
Rachel opened a chain of hot as hell pizzerias and sometimes serenades the customers on the violin. Evidently, she's a big violinist. This comes up a couple of times in the film, but it's
Does it?
there's like a couple of shots of her playing a gold laden violin.
He's
So,
trying
like,
like this
Johnny
is what you
went
like
down
to
to-
do with them. If you stay
Yeah,
here
it's
in
like-
hell, you can play the violin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we get a little devil went down.
You got a little
action.
Charlie Daniels band in there.
Okay, great.
The two of them are very happy, but they vowed never to take back roads at night again. Adam,
Did you ever?
yeah, Adam, the little boy, now lives with his aunt and uncle in Cleveland, which is a different kind of hell if you ask me. He has his own dog, but still sends a postcard to Mr. Ben every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
That's a lot of dedication.
That's a lot.
Yeah. That's gonna fade.
Sam is the old man that owns the gas station that warned them and everything.
He's dead.
Sam still stays up late warning people about the highway to hell. He hasn't given up hope of seeing Clara again someday. I guess there's a love line somewhere in there of this woman Clara.
Oh yeah. He points her out early on in like a yearbook of some kind or like a photo album.
Yeah. It's like a black and white picture, like my love Clara went to hell, and then when they get to hell, they find her, and she's still young and beautiful, and I'm not sure if she wants to be in hell.
Did they find her down there? I don't remember.
She's on the back of that Eddie Vedder's motorcycle.
Oh, is that Jodie Foster?
That's Clara.
She's the one that like pulled the scarf over his face?
Yeah, at the very end, she helps. Yeah.
Okay.
Who else were we saying? Was she, Elizabeth Banks / Jodie Foster woman on the motorcycle? Is that
her? Okay. Okay.
We're all figuring out this movie.
I was kind of hoping that kid would like turn into an old man whenever they came out of hell.
That would be an interesting.
I've been here for a long time.
I was kind of hoping we would get a triple reveal where it turns out the little kid was Satan.
Ooh, yeah, that would have been interesting too.
RoboCop 2 type shit.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, no one does.
RoboCop 2 had a little kid who was the main bad guy.
Is that when they got in the DeLorean, or?
Yes.
Some RoboCop shit, There's a DeLorean, whatever.
We have 2 more lines left on this.
Oh, wow. Okay. It keeps going.
Mr. Ben, the dog, now stars in his own dog food commercial. That's important. Okay. And for Beazle, the game goes on. That's it.
So this is Satan's video game is basically what this movie should be called.
How did it become a video game? I don't know.
It doesn't.
It
In
doesn't.
the very beginning, like the intro shot, it's some cops playing a very early version of Cruisin' USA.
Yeah, that's true.
That
so there's a little bit of video game.
I missed that because I was.
That's all you need.
Wait,
a lot of big ideas that are all spelled out at the end in text.
This movie sounds like me describing a fever dream I had.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's basically what they had, and then they were like, let's make this movie. And this is clearly like somebody that knew some other people in Hollywood, and everybody kind of knew them, and they were like, yeah, I'll make a movie with you. You're fun and cool.
I have a fast fact.
Fast fact.
Fast fact. This movie was produced by Himdale Film Corporation that became Himdale Communications, and they produced both Platoon and The Last Emperor, which were back-to-back Academy Award winners for Best Picture.
Wow, and they fell to this.
Okay, so Highway to Hell snubbed at the Academy Awards is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, wow, yeah.
This was definitely their tax write-off.
Yeah, this was a tax haven for the entire Stiller family.
Yeah, I feel like they'd given up at this point. Yeah, I mean, you put in some money, you write it off as a failing business, and you can write off some taxes.
The movie was never released. It was shelved.
Yeah.
Like, it says in their Wikipedia that they filmed it in, 88 or 89, and it got shelved until video release in, 92. Yeah. And then was released on DVD and Blu-ray in 2016.
Yeah.
So 24 years later.
Yeah, interesting.
I will say, in the vein of Academy Awards, good makeup in this movie.
True.
Mm-hmm. Pretty decent makeup. Like the Hellcop looks good. The Charon character looks good with his sewn together eyelids.
That did look good.
That was wild.
One of the puns that was maybe second to the handcuffs, which are made of hands, is pouring the road to hell, or the road paved to hell with good intentions, where they take the people who have good intentions and they put them into a grinder that makes, I guess, gravel that they start paving the road with in Hell. That
I
was
really
really
like-
good.
I like the whole Jimmy Hoffa bar. It looked like a
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Jimmy Hoffa bar is a whole other discussion.
Yeah.
They had naked go-go dancers of both male and female persuasions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wrote down very cool vibe. I want to
Very
go to
cool.
that Jimmy Hoffa vibe.
He had it was like a statue of Jimmy Hoffa outside with a Tommy gun on his arm, and it would come down like a slot machine, and then the
It was just all
letters on
kinds
the
of
front
people.
would say would
It-
come
it
across as like
felt like-
Hoffa's or I Heart Hell or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like we were voguing in like 70s New York or like late 70s New York, but also there was like medieval times and there was also Nazis.
If
and
all of
there's
them
also
We're in the bar from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
cowboys. Yeah,
Yes.
there's like a lot of just all kinds of people that they could think of. Basically, if you have a costume in throughout the course of history, you're welcome in this bar.
Yeah.
I think if you don't have a costume and no one knows what you are, if you walk in, you're not welcome. Is probably
Here's
the
something,
policy.
a feature I thought was really great in this bar, which is if you stick your hands into the go-go cages and try to assault the dancers, you
At your
catch on
own
fire.
risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say that at your own risk.
That is a great invention and protects the dancers. We're all still having a good time. Punishes the people who can't follow the rules.
There's a
I
lot of
love
good
it.
signs in this movie, I think. Like little signs like that. The first one being free coffee if you want. This is a horror movie? Comedy?
Yeah. Hitler's in it, dude.
Oh.
Oh, this is the movie with Hitler?
Free coffee if you want.
If you want. If you want.
If you want the free coffee.
Which is insane because really anything like it implies that without that it would be forced upon you. Like
I love that saying "if you want" at the end of things makes them immediately seem undesirable.
And being coffee.
You can have sex if you want.
Was it towards the end? The sign, the highway sign. It was like cars are still fun.
driving is
Driving.
Oh yeah,
driving is still fun.
Yeah,
I
there's
think.
a lot of good signs.
or making driving fun again. I think it was like an early
making
Trump
driving
campaign.
Fun again. Or driving is
Making
still
driving-
fun.
Well, Trump stole that campaign from Reagan, who probably stole it from someone else. It's not. Yeah.
Yeah, who stole it from Highway to Hell?
Yeah, clearly. Well, in 1981, he was,
The
out
magnum
of
opus
office
of
already.
Goodale
but-
Film Corporation.
To make Highway to Hell.
Another pun. Antifreeze.
Oh God.
What was the line exactly? Let's get it right. Let's get it right.
Antifreeze, it's hotter now.
It's
Yeah.
hotter than hell down there, so you better take some antifreeze. And everyone stops for a second, and we're like, "What?"
Take this antifreeze. It's gonna be hotter than hell down there. It's all right.
That doesn't even make sense.
Right?
You better take this antifreeze. It's gonna be hotter than hell.
I mean, literally, it makes sense. I think.
No, it doesn't.
Literally in hell, it would only be as hot as hell is.
But does it not? Does antifreeze?
You don't need antifreeze if it's too hot.
But doesn't it also keep your car from overheating?
I think
at
that's
the
what
same time?
coolant does.
I think that's what coolant and oil does, but
Yeah, not anti.
Is coolant different than antifreeze?
Yeah, because one
yeah,
keeps things cool
coolant
and
is
one
the
keeps them from
opposite
getting.
of antifreeze in a lot
Are
of
we
ways.
sure about that?
I mean, you want me to Google it?
I don't know.
Coolant is antifreeze.
No, because one is anti-freezing and one is pro.
Well, I mean, it means
Wait.
freeze up your
Joey's
parts.
right.
Yeah,
Antifreeze and
not.
coolant are basically the same thing.
Are
Yeah.
they?
And everyone was like, I think I knew this. I don't know, from Cars or whatever. But everybody's like, that doesn't
From
make
the
sense.
Pixar film?
Antifreeze. From what? No, from not. No, from literally doing things with cars, not the Pixar film Cars. Or
Joey's
Cars,
just a big
or
fan
Cars
of
2, or
Pixar's
Cars 3.
Cars.
What do you do with your car other than drive it, Joey?
You know, stuff.
Mater's a big antifreeze junkie.
Anyways, the joke should be take some coolant. It's going to be hotter than hell down there.
No!
No.
That joke still doesn't work. It can't be hotter than hell in hell. That does not make sense.
You're making a point about a different section of the joke.
I'm saying it still needs hell.
The joke is bad. The core of the joke is bad still. I'm saying you could make it kind of work by saying coolant. Because coolant would imply that you would need to stay cool under the hot conditions.
Yeah.
On the surface, that works as a passing little tiny joke. We dwelled on it. Everyone else who probably has ever watched this movie probably hasn't. We were like, antifreeze for hell?
Guys, hey, y'all, this argument's getting a little heated.
That's a better joke. That's already a better joke.
That is a better joke.
How did they not do that joke in the movie? Jesus Christ.
Nobody make that joke in the whole movie.
Yeah, this is an entire movie about hell, and no one said, things are getting a little heated. They may have. I was paying a lot of attention, to be fair.
New dream to be a script doctor for this movie only.
To go back in time and to fix this movie's puns would be a dream of Amy's, possibly a little bit of mine, maybe everybody here.
Probably.
Just keep workshopping a rewrite of this movie and keep trying to sell it every year in Hollywood.
Demand a meeting, Justin.
Yeah, you're in LA right now.
Go demand a meeting.
You can do that.
Demand the biggest downfall of this movie. Demand that we rectify that the credit song of our remake of Highway to Hell has AC/DC's Highway to Hell.
You can get it cheaper now than you could in 1991 or 89 or whenever.
They had a budget of $7.5 million. How
You
did
can
not just break off a
afford
cool
that
million?
shit.
Just a cool million and say, I would like this song, please.
AC/DC's probably charging maybe $15,000 for that song now. They'll take anything. They're like nearly 80 years old.
They're so close to dying, they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. They'll take anything.
They don't care.
Give them some
They
money.
don't care.
They don't care.
But maybe they actually care.
Hadn't considered that.
Fuck, they might care.
What if they care?
What else is good? Oh, we talked about the reserved seats. That was good. The demon makeup for when they find Chrissie Swanson and she's like in the white room.
Yeah.
Or whatever you want to call it, from 2001: A Space Odyssey kind of thing. And Mr. Lowe finds her and he's like,
Lippy Lowe.
Limpy Lowe, like shitty Lowe. Shit
No,
Lowe.
Lippy. He's real lippy.
Oh yeah, he has beautiful lips. Well, I mean, maybe they both do. I don't know.
The way he kisses her is upsetting.
Okay, this is a real thing we need to talk about. He's a terrible kisser. He's like a fish.
It's deeply upsetting.
It's like he's
you're on the
sucking
audio-
a milkshake that's too cold to come through the straw.
Yeah, if you're listening to the audio version of this, stop.
Yeah.
Go back. Go find it on YouTube, and I will put it right here, right now.
Yeah.
This is what this man looks like.
I will put the time code in the audio description so you can go straight to the YouTube and see what this man looks like.
Look at how he mashes his gaping maw over her face.
And
Is
then
that what happened to
sucks.
Chrissie Swanson when she hasn't been anything after this?
She was just like, people fucking suck at kissing in this town. I'm leaving.
I'm only doing ice skating related reality shows from here on out.
Good for her. She's great.
Dude.
That was a better pun than most of the movie. Most of this puns.
Is that
in
why
this
she
movie.
went ice skating to chill out?
Chill out. She's so fire and ice.
Okay, well, the demon scene with the makeup was pretty good. That was a classic.
That was good.
Pretty good.
It was good.
Yeah,
makeup.
that for me, like I feel like that was the best character makeup in the whole movie.
Well, it
And
was
plus-
full
Way
body.
better than the
I think it was the
fucking devil.
only full body that we saw,
It's
right?
full body, and she has like an
Yeah.
animated tail, like a puppeted tail,
Yeah.
I think.
Let's rub bellies, Charlie.
This is a really classic 80s demon, I feel like.
I love you.
Oh my god!
But it's a 90s movie, right?
Barely.
But the problem I have with all the
Please tell us your problem, Michael.
I have problems. I have lots of problems. I need help. No, but the voices don't match like what's going on, like with the characters at all.
Yeah, I mean the voiceover is, obvious and not good. But she does say, "Let's make the sheet sing." So,
Yeah.
do you really care? I mean, that's a pretty good line.
That's a good line.
The sheets sing.
Let's make the sheet sing, baby. Or some shit.
What
I don't know,
did
something
the
like that.
sheets say?
Sing.
What?
Let's make them sing.
So what? Never mind.
What do you think they sing? What do you think they're singing?
It was a what does the fox say joke. It was stupid.
Holy shit,
Never
that's
mind.
a fucking old reference at this point.
We're all making.
The way you were saying it sounded like what does the fox say?
Okay.
Let's
for,
make that sheet sing.
Jesus. Man, does anyone
tired
remember
guys.
the fox? What does the fox sing? Does anyone remember that? Is it just
Yeah.
me because I worked at the Houston Dynamo?
I was
at a
gonna
Fox?
say I remember it because I was at the Dynamo at that time.
I remember it. It was very annoying.
Foxes make kind of a shrieking sound. You can find videos
Well,
of it on YouTube.
Yeah, the
if
chitter. It's really cute.
I mean, if you're
like, they also
probably
screech.
20, you might have missed this. When
think you
the
have
fox?
listeners
No,
under 20?
I don't think so.
I
Probably.
highly doubt it.
I think they're mostly 60 and jerking off to Adam's voice. It's that same guy.
Hey guys.
Our
Should we work on a
fan,
coordinated dance and try to get the younger
I
viewer?
doubt they've made it this far in the podcast. There's no feet.
our,
Smart. They
our
love
fan is just that guy who took Adam to like a Harry Potter movie.
Marvin.
Marvelous Marvin.
Needs
It's
more
just Marvin.
feet.
Anyway, for that guy. Ring,
I
ding,
want
ding, 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 ding. That's the sound that the fox makes.
I want you to know in my head he looks like Marvin Zindler from Eyewitness News.
Hell yeah. Love Marvin Zindler from Eyewitness News.
Dude, if he looked like Marvin Zindler, I would have given him my whole, like, no question.
Marvin the Martian boy hunter.
I hope my mom listens to this for that statement alone.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's what happens in this movie.
That's pretty much what happens in this movie, and we've pretty much covered some favorite parts. Are there any like outliers that anybody wants to?
The beetle bugs racing through the desert was
Yeah.
like just cool. That was like literally
Yeah.
just cool. This is probably still just California, right? Oh shit, this is really cool.
It's a lot of beetles.
This is
Oh,
cool just on
Hellcop's
its
there.
own.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
cool looking. Volkswagen bugs, an army
Yeah.
of them. That's where the Pontius Pilate bumper sticker comes into play. We talked about that.
Yeah.
There
A
were
cool
some pretty
scene.
cool shots in this movie. Pretty cool. We were like, that wasn't a completely bad
Yeah.
idea for a shot. For
No, it's not a poorly made movie per se.
No.
I like the race scene, like with all the beetles when they go through the caves. Reminded me very much of like a Diddy Kong racing level.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
runs off into the cave. I don't know, it felt like very video. There's a lot of aspects of this movie that felt very video game like. To keep
Which is
going back
appropriate,
to
I guess.
It seems like the performers and and the crew all did a good job executing the material they were given.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They definitely all had fun making this movie.
Yeah.
But
Anything else?
What if they didn't have?
Hellcop's
parts?
nuclear-powered drag racer car.
That's an interesting style of graffiti. I haven't seen Nosebleed.
Wait, do they have electric cars in Hell?
Yeah, that car was cool.
That car was
very
fucking
boxy, very 80s.
I want to know. I still want to know what like the inspiration was behind the engine on it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It like spurts and it has like flames coming out of it. But it sounds electric, so it's confusing.
It's like ring.
Yeah, it's crazy. I liked that they actually filmed in Antelope Canyon, which was like wild. That they brought a film crew out there and did that, and then they built like a prop door in that canyon, which is, I mean, maybe in the late 80s it wasn't as difficult to do that, but nowadays that place, from what I've heard, is so chock full of just people taking photos all the time. So I thought that was really cool. I also thought it was funny that they're crossing the river Styx, and you've got like Charon, and he's there with his sewn eyes and all that stuff, and they're crossing the river Styx, and it's just the Colorado River in the middle of the Grand Canyon. They're like, like, yeah, this is the river Styx. It's like, no, that's the Colorado River.
And they have that they have that screen that's
yeah,
the cave,
billboard,
which I believe is Wharf. No.
Okay, so that's the river Styx, but it's just like the Colorado River.
I like that there's an advertising LCD board.
Little idiocracy here. What did it say? Like, welcome
Abandon
to hell,
all
no turning
hope, all
back.
ye enter here. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cute.
It's like a hazard, like a road hazard sign.
There's a lot of hell jokes. I'm not that familiar with Little Nicky.
Yeah.
I'm not that familiar with that movie, but my only reference to this kind of film would be like Dogma, maybe, where like
a
lot of like religious
like Dogma,
references. What?
I was gonna say, I feel like Dogma actually goes more into like Christian theology. Like, there's not really.
That's
This
what I was gonna
movie
say, is,
doesn't
like-
really like. There's nothing religious.
That's the thing.
Yeah, this is
Dogma
all
has
like
content. Dogma
this
has a
is all
point.
surface, and Dogma, I feel like, as much as shit Dogma that gets nowadays, I feel like it is pretty good as far as like digging out the stuff and making it work for the movie.
Yeah, I like Dogma.
I think Dogma included the things that they included for supporting the point that the movie was making. Like, it had a
Right,
point of
exactly.
view.
Like
And this movie just does not have a point of view, and that's delightful to watch. But
right,
analyzing
This
it for
thing
me
is
is
trash.
going to be upsetting.
I think it's a travesty that you can buy this movie on DVD, but you can't buy Dogma on DVD.
I agree.
It's actually very, very true.
That's a
Can you
good.
not buy
That's
Dogma on DVD?
You can't
No.
anymore.
I was going to say, I think I own Dogma on DVD.
Yeah,
if you do, then that's worth a lot of money.
Yeah, you can sell it for like $60 to $120 probably.
That's good money.
Yeah. I mean, Dogma had Alanis Morissette as God, so come on.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty perfect.
Canadian goddess.
It's just had Chad Lowe.
God, I love it.
Poor man's Lowe.
Chad Lowe and the Stiller family. The Stiller family is pretty cool. They don't have
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I get the feeling that like Jerry got offered the thing. He was like, "Can I bring my wife? Can I bring my kids? Can we all just hang out for a
Right,
day?"
yeah. It was like, can everybody be involved?
Yeah.
Jerry Stiller definitely made the most of his like minute and a half on camera. It was a pretty great cameo.
Between him and
Gilbert.
Gottfried, there's some interesting comedy, classic comedy, 90s comedy. Well, Jerry Stiller has got comedy for decades, but Yeah, some good cameos here.
Michael Langhausen is full on asleep right now.
Yeah, he's asleep. So
let's get. Oh, he's awake.
He's back.
He just snarfed himself awake.
well, while he's awake, let's go ahead and move on to the bags of trash rating.
Do we have any? Do we need to do bees really fast?
We can do bees.
Let's
real
do
fast.
it rapid fire as fast as possible. I would say.
We had boobs. We had blood.
Bugs.
We had bones.
We had
Volkswagen
bones.
bugs.
We had bugs.
Yeah.
We had
Beetles.
a different kind of bush.
Actual the bush.
And
Beelzebub.
it was a blue bush.
Beelzebub.
Beelzebub. It was a blue bush. You're right.
And bad windshield wiper blades.
Bad windshield wiper blades.
They were fucking all over the place in this movie. Just bad windshield wiper blades. They couldn't get the shit off the windshields.
And the dog's name was Mr. Ben. No,
Ben. Yes.
Big
Ben.
Al? Okay.
Ben the dog. We had boots.
Oh yeah, boots in the beginning.
What did we have?
God,
That might be it.
That's kind of it. Bad kissing, I guess.
Bad kissing.
I mean,
Real
you can put bad
kissing.
in front of everything. And it doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
We didn't
had
have
blades.
a briefcase.
We had some blades.
Mm-hmm.
Knife culture was represented here.
Yeah. Yeah, because there was that scene
my
where what's his
God.
name was stabbing the car.
Yeah.
And Adam's in the back, like,
I'm gonna get
Yeah,
her.
they almost stabbed the dog in the side of the head, and I don't think that was intentional.
No, that was not good. So yeah, there's blades.
There's a few bees. Not the most.
Pretty good.
Bikes.
Bikes, yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's like Mad Max, Dogma, and Back to the Future, all like crammed into.
There were surprisingly no blasts. There were no explosions in this movie, were there?
Yes, there was at the very end.
There were
That's how
black.
Hellcop dies.
Hellcop dies in a blast.
But also, guys, we're forgetting
I thought
the short order cook getting his head blown,
Yes.
a hole blown through it.
Burger and fries.
Oh wow! Oh shit! There's no blood in hell. It's just paper mache.
He got killed in short order, didn't he? He's never going to be the head chef.
You could pull a third one out. I would but
If you're listening on audio, Justin Petty just finger gunned so hard to his camera when he said that he would never get head chef after he got his head blown off.
And
In
to that
short
point,
order.
cue the middle finger of the hand.
Oh yeah.
God.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
That goes right after this.
Bit of the floor pop. Was it Stuntman?
holy stunt double.
That was a bad one. You could have done that, man.
I will
yeah,
say that there's one more B that we forgot, and I think that this does qualify. Lots of Back to the Future references.
Lots of
So
Or
many.
like
BTTF.
stealing from.
refs.
Yeah.
This is our first. This is the first that I can think of Back to the Future ripoff movie, and we watch a lot of ripoff movies. By watching these movies, maybe not with the podcast so much.
Oh,
but
fuck.
like,
Well, the review mentioned it, and I think then they said, I was like, of course they're trying to do that. Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah, Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
It's like
in
a
like a
dark
weird
afterlife
way.
comedy with some weird puppetry and like, yeah.
There's also a more even I don't know if it's meta. It's a more direct Back to the Future reference, and this is the only time I'm going to talk about another B. Is we got a boy in this who was in Back to the Future 3.
Yeah.
Who is
Oh,
known
yeah.
for a very bizarre and iconic scene.
Yeah, the kid who I
pointing
think
at
it's the
his
same
pee-pee
kid.
hole.
Did you check? Did you double check to see if it was the same kid?
I'm on a laptop, so I.
No, I'm on a regular computer that
So I
most
can't
people
check.
have.
I'm on a computer with internet access, so I cannot do
I'm
that.
sorry.
That's tough for me.
It's either see y'all or see that.
Did
If only
you?
there was like a
Like,
sort
it
of
minimized
a
button.
web of
I
all the
Yeah,
can't even
information
imagine what it would be
available
like.
that you could
But
just
whether you
search.
see us or not, Justin, we can.
That would be a really big web.
There's some
Yeah, it'd be
engine of
crazy.
searching, like something that would power all those searches.
What
if you
year
could
was
just-
Back to the Future 3?
I seriously just started typing.
3
Hell
is
Comes to
probably
Frogtown.
90, 91. It's probably in the same era that this movie came out, and I was maybe shot.
The fuck is this
It is
movie
not
called
the
again?
same person.
It's not.
No.
Yeah, I didn't.
Or
I
at least
think
he is
it
not,
might
according
be.
to IMDb, not the same.
But
Well.
it is the same kid who played Ludlow on Cheers.
Yes.
True.
And that's important.
Was
It did
also on
remind
Freaks
us
and Geeks.
of this kid, regardless. That points at his dick because he
Yeah.
has to pee. In Back to the Future 3. But anyway,
Still
let's
stand
rate
by it.
this shit.
I'm pretty sure it's the kid.
I agree with you. I think it's him too. I don't care. I don't care if it's a completely different kid. It's that kid.
It's weird. It's weird how much this Adam kid looks like Adam grown up.
Here's a B. We have the belief
He
that
doesn't
it
look
is
like him
that
at all.
kid, regardless of the information.
I hear
Actually,
that.
looks like
I'm a Trump person now. I just disregard all information. That kid's the same.
Pretty sure that
No matter what the fuck you say, I don't give a fuck. It's him.
No, you're wrong.
lies.
I don't give a. I don't
same
care.
fucking kid.
What
There's
is
no
that,
way that I.
evidence to the
There's no way that I
contrary?
can be.
No.
There's no way that I could possibly be wrong.
No.
The internet lies. Internet lies.
You
The
lie.
internet's full of lies, actually.
I mean, yeah.
So
yeah,
basically, there's no way you can talk me out of it.
You can't
really,
prove
I'm,
it
and
wrong.
I'm actually so proud of that I've had that thought and I'm going to stand by it. That I'm gonna put a flag in my yard. I think oh my god, I'm so proud of myself for
Do you
thinking
think we
that
could
kid is
think
the
of-
same kid.
Like some phrases that mean that we believe that, but say something else and then get T-shirts made.
Let's
Yeah,
go,
we-
that kid.
Kid from BTTF3 is the same kid in Highway to Hell, starring Gilbert Gottfried. I'm gonna put that flag on my yard.
Starring Gilbert Gottfried is.
Oh, I hope this
I'm
bit
gonna
doesn't
start
get
writing
cut.
that on bathroom walls.
Let's go, that kid.
Let's go, that kid. In tiny print. The kid from Back to the Future is the same kid that's in Highway to Hell, starring Gilbert Gottfried.
Hashtag truth.
Hashtag truth. There's no way to talk me out of that.
You can't
Liberals
prove me
wanna bury
wrong.
the truth, but they won't bury this.
He won't.
Liberal
I'm just-
pedophiles can't bury this. They're trying to hide this kid from us.
It
God, I
feels
love
so
getting
good.
political.
It feels so good to find the truth now that I've made it up in my own mind and decided it's true.
Look, I did my own research, and that kid is the same kid.
Same
Learn
kid
to
that
think
touches
for
dick.
yourselves.
That's the kid that touched his dick.
Kid that touched his dick. and people are after him, because everyone
Yeah, the
wants
liberals
to
are
touch
trying
everyone's
to get him.
dicks.
All
They
the
got a
liberals
little
love
secret
touching little
circle.
kids' dicks.
Cut that.
They're
Or
grooming him.
keep
They're
it
grooming
in.
him.
Keep that. Groomers is all the whole Disney thing. This gets back to what I was talking about earlier.
Folks, I got some documents here. We're gonna.
Anyway, we have the documents.
Back to the Future was a liberal conspiracy series to touch little kids' dicks.
Some sort of dystopian future. Touching. I gotta go.
Anyway, did we have any bags of trash?
Yeah, so I guess let's start with Langhausen. How are you feeling about rating this? Do you need a second to wake up?
I mean, probably would go with like one bag of trash, but then there are some fun like scenes that look good, and I guess for that I would give it 2.
Fair.
Bags of trash. I mean, I really liked the Hoffa
Yeah, the Hoffa Hotel.
Hotel, and
Yeah, show my bits.
the effects are so interesting.
Yeah, it's got some good stuff.
So
Okay.
and, for Godfrey alone, You gotta give it 2.5.
Is that
So
a
we
two
went
or a
from 1 to 2 to 2 to 2.5. What are we? What's the
You
You
can
ending
final?
on you ending on a 3?
I mean, we could just end on a 3.
Okay, a 3 from Michael Langhausen. I guess.
All right, that was the most insane thing. Joey.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a 3 as well.
Okay.
You were baiting me.
Yeah, I was trying to get you on my level.
Oh, classic liberal. Always trying to bait the boys.
This movie is hard to recommend in and of itself as a movie, but the elements of it compile to like a pretty interesting piece that I think is worthwhile. Not as a film per se, but as a pop culture sort of like element of the past that you kind of uncover as like a paleontologist or whatever.
You watch it and you just get like little moments of different film.
Probably like sociologist or something, but I like the idea that people are digging this movie out.
Yes. You're digging this movie out of the piles of DVD trash. And you find this movie and you're like, oh shit.
After 2016.
Ben Stiller's whole family is in this. This is pretty fucking interesting. And then you're like,
deep did that?
A few puns is pretty good in the handcuffs. And seriously, I think I would have given it a 2 if it hadn't had Hoffa's bar. Hoffa's bar, I want to go to so badly. It's the best bar. It's maybe one of the best bars in cinema history, I will say.
Fuck the Star Wars cantina.
No,
going to
seriously, fuck that bar
Right, this
already.
place is
That
way
bar's
too
way
good.
down the line of bars I want to go to in films.
True. People get shot and I never saw a single tit.
It's fair. Then this movie has tits. It's got dudes and girls in cages. It's very sexually fluid. It's very unjudgmental as far as your political beliefs, but everyone seems really chill. There is Hitler is hanging out in this bar, but also there's like just a lot of cool other people. So it seems interesting to me. I don't know. Very, very humanist outlook on that bar. I like that bar.
Okay. So 3 bags from Joey. Amy.
I think I'm gonna give it a 3 too, and here's why.
3-2.
I think in addition to the other 3s that have been given, it's not a percentage there. Because I think that out of all the movies I've watched with y'all, my style of trash might not line up with y'all's, but this kind of takes a turn into like campy, a ridiculous amount of references, and something I really like, which is, oh, that's that guy from this thing, and there's a ton of that guy from that thing in this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this verges more into my style of bad movie. So it was 2, but I think it's just delightful the amount of money that was spent to still arrive at no real conclusion. So I'm gonna say 3.
This is $7 million worth of stupidity that I think is worth at least kind of casually watching if you're like wasted.
The commitment to the stupidity.
Yeah, like they just threw a lot of money away.
Yeah, there's some cool elements, but like no, I mean, God, yeah, it's mostly the casting, I guess. Like,
yeah,
there's not
there's
like
nothing you can analyze. Like you want to, but
there's not much.
There's nothing there to analyze.
We tried, but I think we failed mostly.
We had a really good time doing it though. So 3 bags.
3 bags.
3. Justin.
I think I'm gonna stray from the group here. I'm gonna go 3 bags. This solid 3
Glad,
bags.
glad you're.
So
I'm glad
Adam's
you're-
gonna have the only outlier. He
Nail
was really
biter.
excited that I think you were gonna have the same feeling as him, but he's the sole outlier now.
There were parts of this that I really didn't love, but then there were parts I really like. A lot of the moments that Amy's mentioning, like it's got a lot of hey that guy from that thing in it.
Right.
And
As I was saying, like as a whole, as a film, it's not that interesting, but as pieces, it is very interesting.
it's like it's aping a lot of much better movies, but it still has fun practical effects in it, which makes the aping fun and enjoyable. It's not
fun tries.
Like it doesn't necessarily feel like parody type movie territory. It's just like little like winks here and there, but they're very heavy-handed winks.
Did you see me wink? Like that. That's good.
Yeah, it's like a
Lucille Bluth wink.
Yes.
We're all trying to do a Lucille Bluth wink now, if you can't see.
Yeah, I think it's not our typical trash movie that we usually watch. This is a very big budget Hollywood trash movie. Big budget in terms of trash movies.
This is friends of friends of friends with money putting together a little stupid desert movie.
It's like if Adam Sandler made a trash movie, this is what it would be. In the
if Adam Sandler had made many movies before becoming famous, it would maybe be something like, it would maybe feel kind of like this, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
No,
or like someone would have
It's just got like a bunch of famous favors and a lot of friends. I'm surprised that what's his name? Ron Howard's brother wasn't Clint Howard wasn't in this.
Yeah, they should have hired him to be in this for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Adam, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I think that this one is, other than Chairman of the Board, this is probably the most accessible trash movie that we've watched. It's a very, it's accessible, right? Like anybody from any walk of life really can watch this and come away with
accessible from a perspective as a person that lived when this came out. I don't think now.
Right. Yeah.
This is it's like the kind of trash that you would have found on TNT in like '94.
Yes.
Like
Up all
TV
night.
family friendly trash.
Occasionally hosted by Gilbert Gottfried.
Yes.
There you go.
Rashonda,
See?
Gilbert. Yeah.
Like if you're walking around,
there's just enough tits in this to legitimize itself being edited for USA Up All Night.
yeah, it's the kind of movie that, like, if you're at Walmart at 3 a.m. and you find the like $1 DVD bin and you're digging through it, you'll find it and you're like, I'll watch this. It's got some good practical effects. It's got some good, decent puns, some good cameos and things like that. But like, it's not quite a it's kind of in the middle of like, is it a bad good movie or is it a good bad movie? I don't really know. It's not really a trash movie, but it kind of is, but it kind of isn't.
It's almost like when we had that conversation and drawing the line between B movies and trash movies. There's a very distinct difference in the two.
Yeah, but this isn't really I wouldn't call this a B movie. This one's kind of different.
It's like a C movie. It's like a little lower than a B movie.
Yeah.
It exists in a weird space.
But it's not a B movie. It falls in a weird space. Yeah. For sure.
It's in a very weird space. So for me, I'm going to give it 3 bags. So we
Oh wow.
Did you have written down
consensus.
3 bags or did you change?
No, I had it written down.
Okay.
Unanimously down
Unanimously 3. This is the first time this has ever been unanimous.
This is the first time we've had a
100%.
unanimous decision on a trash movie.
I think we're all like, okay, this is a middling movie. It should be like a 2.5, but it has just enough like interesting things to our brains to where we give it like a half or a full bag more. That's
Well,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
And I think for me, like, there's so many like little references to things throughout like my childhood that it just makes me think of.
Right.
From
Yeah.
nostalgia, and I'm like, that's this or that. And it's not even like from a character perspective. It's just literally like, oh, like this could be from that movie, or this could feel like it's from that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it was like it was the commitment to the people, like the casting crew. Like there were so many aspects of this movie that they could have just gotten away with it being a shitty set piece or like a shitty prop, but like, and I keep coming back to this cop car, and it's just like they built this fucking beautiful cop
there's
car.
definitely like a
And, like
cool
that could have just been a
design.
shitty Caprice, but they like custom built this like Mad Max hot rod cop car for this movie, and it's badass. And there's so many little nuances like that throughout the movie that it's like all the prop masters committed to building these props. All the special effects guys, the practical effects guys, like they committed to their bits, and they enjoyed their roles, and they fucking went ham on them. It's awesome.
And they totaled the classic.
Yeah, they did blow that car up.
I don't know what that car was, but it is cool.
I have no idea. I couldn't
No, but
tell.
I don't
How
know.
did we go through this whole thing and not mention that it secretly had Nas?
Yeah.
It had a nice.
Oh right, the
Nas was the fucking Deus Ex Machina at the end too. Like she's looking for the shotgun shell under the seat, and she's like, "Oh, there's a switch. I think I know what it does." And
Wait,
it
they
takes
had Nas?
Yeah, right at the end.
I
Chrissie
need
Swanson.
Yeah.
says it.
What it is?
What's oh shit? They put a fucking they put some fan shit on Chrissie Swanson. These people
And they made it
who
out of hell.
These people should be tried.
he's like, reach for that switch, pop that bottle, girl.
Assuming if you're listening to this podcast, you are familiar with Fast and Furious.
Don't explain it.
I'm not going to explain it.
in the
We're
first
moving
one.
on. But fuck,
Not
I
the
need
rapper
Nas right now. That's why I thought you guys meant it.
up.
For a second, I was like, "There's a Nas."
I mean, I
Is
was
that one of those
Just
weird things you
talking
know
about the rapper.
Do
Is that one of
cars
those
in
things you
hell
know
need
from,
gas?
from doing things with cars, Joey? Is that
Yeah.
Family.
Very good. Very good.
All right. Very interesting. 3 across the board, y'all.
3 across the board. So let me punch that into the calculator here, and yeah. So that is a 3 bags of trash
All right.
for Highway to Hell 1991's. That is 3 bags from the Trash Movie Kings.
Wait, what do y'all think Apocalypse would have given this movie?
That's an interesting question. but
That's
he's
a
not
very
here.
interesting question. I think if
he
he
would've
would have
given it
gone
2.
first,
He
if
might
he
have
would have
given it
gone
2.
first, he would have given it a 2.
Yeah.
If he would have gone last, he would have given it a 3.
Close to it. I think he might have gone 2.5.
I don't think he would have given a 3. Yeah, I think he would have given it not a 3 just so we
Yeah,
couldn't
just
have had
so
it
we
even
Yeah.
a score.
wouldn't have it. Yeah. I think
I
you're
agree.
right.
Because he's a
I think
fucking
if he would have gone in the
contrarian.
middle, if he would have gone 3rd or 4th. he
Listen,
might
he's not
have
a
had
sheep. Okay? He
No,
likes
he's
to
an-
break from the
he's
herd.
anything
makes
but
no
a sheep, yeah.
choices.
He's a very
Let's go that
intentional
kid.
contrarian.
I hope he writes us an essay. Like, I hope he watches this movie and writes an essay.
Same.
Actually, let me check the email real quick. No emails. Yeah,
from
so that is
Apocalypse.
3 bags of trash for 1991-1992's Highway to Hell from the Trash Movie Kings. I'm your host, Adam Edwards. Give us a follow on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Trash Movie Kings. Shoot us an email, trashmoviekings@gmail.com. YouTube, Spotify, rate us 5 stars, all that good shit. Joining me this week, Joseph Graham. Thank you, Joey. Thank you, Justin Petty. Thank you, Amy Anderson. And thank you, Michael Langhausen, for giving up your Thursday nights.
Shout out to 49ers hats.
49ers fans.
Yeah.
Shout out to any old piece of trash that she can make look like a work of art.
Shout out to Super Hell, a portal to hell that's in hell.
Yeah.
You mean the capital of Hell, Hell City?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Forgot about Hell City too.
Very
They
creative.
never showed Hell City.
Yeah, it looks just
We
like
never
the
actually got there. They used the same projection background.
Shout out to the star patches on the cops.
Yeah, the
Ooh,
pentagrams. Pentagrams for the highway.
He had what was it? It was like his shoulders and his badge and his belt buckle were all pentagrams.
Yeah. All
Uniform for a reason.
pentagrams.
They should have given him pentagram spurs. That would have been real tight.